Just chilling here on the bench this morning. Got to sleep in a little bit, 10:30 a.m. Welcome back to Oak Ridge Farm episode 9. We have a little bit of a surprise here. Our chickens have reproduced once again. We are going to get like crazy amount. We got to be running out of room here pretty quick here. 36. We're getting close. And it is a lot to take on with these guys, but I think it's going to be good in the long run because we'll get a lot more money for our eggs, of course. They are out of food, so we got to get them topped up. There's only just this little bit left in this bag, and we're going to have to get some more. I do want to get that other trailer, but we are so far in debt that it's kind of hard to justify that. Yeah, we are completely out. That could get us through 1 month. February. But there is no snow right now, so it might be a good time to get him this episode as well. Yeah, that trailer I wanted to get was this one, the Reamer. It's 15 grand for that. It'd be nice if one could come up in the sale. It would save us so much hassle. 15,000 is a lot right now. We could just fill up our trailer here with purchasing them and then just fill it up in bulk. Which I guess we're probably not going to have any other use for this trailer as soon as we buy that other wagon. Or that trailer for our other stuff. That might not be a bad idea. And we don't have to dink around right now as we get them taken care of. We are currently waiting for March. March is going to be a big month for us. We got our sales that are going to have to be taken care of. We got, which is both our canned green beans and our peas. The peas are worth a little bit more money, so we're probably going to plant those again next year. I don't really care for the way that harvester works, but we need to get what makes money so we can get out of debt. Because we're still going to be going quite a ways more in debt. We'll head down and go grab that chicken feed. Just fill this up. And then we also have to start our planting. We can plant both our spinach and our peas in March, but we're going to want to make sure we get on the spinach so we can get 2 harvests in. I think it does, well, when we first started this series, it did carry over after the winter. But I don't want to risk it, and maybe if we have to get both in before the end of the year, which is more realistic anyway, we'll do that. So I'm looking forward to making our sale, and like I said, we'll get another crop in. We're going to have to get our trailer configured into a slurry spreader. Our pigs are... It's actually getting pretty full. Basically, I'll have to keep an eye on that, because if it keeps filling up, we're going to want to make sure we don't miss out on the slurry. We'll have to take out some money for the configuration on that. I think we have to buy the injectors separate as well. So our trailer holds 5.6... well, 5,000 liters. 5,600 liters of bulk items. So we need to get, let's see, our chicken feed. Big bags. Chicken feed, these are... thousands, yeah, so we can get up to 5. There we go. So 7,500. We're gonna take take a little more of a load out. Of course we do. I think I'm gonna just go with the 1. We'll just go up to 6, so we're not gonna quite get rather than have to take another 5,000 out. Although we will probably need some anyway for our manure spreader. So I guess we can get 4,000. There we go. Pick it up in bulk. Like I said, this is a nice trailer for the stock game, so I want to get some use out of it. But after we get that other trailer, I don't know if we'll have any need for it, because I do want to just bring the bags down. But this bulk situation works pretty decent too. All right, let's head on down. And we'll get them topped up, and then we'll advance to March and get going on our big day. Guess we should move our skid steer. It's a little bit in the way. We won't need it for a little while now anyway. I did say we were going to leave it out in the shed. I suppose we should start doing that. The outside shed here. It's a good spot for this. Although ideally, if it was in real life, you'd probably want it indoors so it doesn't get cold wind blowing on it. But in the gaming world, it's not too bad. Leave it right where it's at. Okay, we gotta do tip side, I believe, here. There we go. Pop them up. Ooh, got one sneaking out of the pen there on us. And we'll put this in our little shed as well. Good spot for it, I think. As long as we can keep it straight. Should have plenty in March yet, although we do have the more chickens that came about, so they're probably gonna burn through our food a little bit quicker than they normally do. Okay, so I believe, let's check that we did check the sales, didn't we? Yeah, nothing. Let's go ahead and advance to February. We'll check those sales and then we'll get on to March, I guess. Holy moly, yeah, their chicken food is going to go down like every day. We're going to be spending a lot of money on that, I think. 4 months. Is it 6 months when the next growth stage happens? Yeah, so that's 6. We may have to start selling chickens then at some point if they're going to go through. I wish there was like a trough extension. We could just keep topping it up and have a little bit more than the, what, 750 liters that it holds? Because if we go to the next month, they're going to be out of food easily. We will have to top them up again. Probably just leave the trailer here, I guess, until we could figure out what we're going to do about that. Let's check the sales quick. Our tractor's for sale. That's nice. Try to do things realistic in the playthrough, but you're kind of limited on things. I guess realistically you would feed the chickens probably every day. It's just in the gaming world it seems like it's a little too much to do every day. I guess we'll just leave the trailer here then. And tractor. We did that once before. That's not so bad to do. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to March, our big month. We might have to slow time down depending, but we could always plant our peas on the next month. Ooh, look at that! The trailer actually auto dumps. I forgot about that. If you have it in the area, it'll feed it automatically. That's awesome. I think would we need the tractor hooked up to that for that to work? Probably, I suppose. And you don't have to worry about it. Interesting. And now we have reproduced chickens once again. So is that it? Yeah, so we are completely full. They won't reproduce anymore. Kind of a relief for how much there is. We should start getting a lot more eggs. Our pigs are still decent. But remember, at 24 months, we're going to sell these guys. That should be the max price. We got some actually cash here we haven't even taken into account, which will be awesome. And then we'll just keep we'll sell them with the trailer, of course, the transportation trailer. That'll be coming up in the middle of summer. But without further ado, we should probably get on to our sales. Looks like we're going to be going to 2 different spots now. It changed. There's the general restaurant and then the garden center for the beans. I suppose that could even change after we get them loaded. I think what we're going to do, it's a tough decision, but we do have the chicken feed in our wagon, so instead of dumping it on the ground and dealing with that, I think we should bite the bullets and get that trailer that we wanted. Of course, it's not on sale. 15 grand for that. Oofta. Let's take a bigger loan out. Always fun to go in more debt. We need to be 15. There, we got 16. 360,000 in debt. But we will get some of that paid off this year, which is nice. We go with BKT. We should probably have a license plate on there because it's more of a transportation wagon. Grab that. I would like to use the smaller tractor for that. We're going to want more maneuverability going around corners in tight areas. We'll have to get the skid steer brought over as well to our preserve factory. And we'll get those all loaded up. We can, if they all fit, we could put everything on the trailer and just leave. That's what's nice about 25. You can leave strapped in the stuff that you don't want to sell, but that's probably not going to have the room to do that, I'm guessing. The thing I do like about this trailer is we can drop it low when we load. Is that with X or V? Yeah, like that. Now you don't have to lift it up so far. Should be very useful for this playthrough. I suppose we should... We'll drive around this way, I guess. Enough clearance. Eventually, like I said, I want to grab or get invested with a forklift to make it a little more legit. We should actually shut this gate here too. So we have the... Oh, we gotta do it right here. We have the proper equipment for the job. And maybe go like that. Okay, let's grab the skid steer. Get it all loaded up here. We'll try to get as much as we can on. Like I said, if we could do both products, I think that would save us some time driving back and forth. Depending on how much we have. Also, for how slow this thing drives, it would be great to have forklift right on site. We're real close, but this is inching to get over there. Okay, so how do we want to load these now? We probably have to, let's see, not gonna work as good as I thought, right? If we go to the side, which is kind of what I wanted to do, just because of the way they're set up already. Yeah, it's gonna be too hard to get in front of them the other way though. But I think, well, I guess we could probably get double wide like this. We get all the way over. You can always push it onto. I should actually double stack them right away, and then we can push it over. Try to do 3 high, maybe. At least 2 high. And we did it properly. Like it doesn't take as long to spawn pallets either in this 25 versus 22. Sometimes you're waiting a while on 22 for the actual pallets to spawn. That, I suppose we could probably go like this. Not ideal or realistic, but... Okay. I think we kind of got a workflow. Let's get at this. Okay, last set here. Call me crazy, but does it seem like we got a ridiculous amount more peas than green beans? I know we had a little bit more of a bigger field, but should the yield have been that much different? Let's park this in the parking lot, I think. We just can't forget we got it over here. Call me crazy, but that seems like a big difference for what little actual extension was left on the field. I suppose we could strap them in it here. There we go. Now we realize why we're getting so much more for peas. Why we're going to do them again. Get a little bit more... Oops. Go up with that. Go. And get more cash. We got to get out of debt. Okay, so... we have deliveries to do. Where are we going? First time selling pallets in this playthrough. So we have the General Restaurant and then the Garden Center. I think we could hit the Garden Center on the way back home. Let's go to the restaurant, because I believe that is in the north, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, right up here. And then we'll come back on this back road here, and we can explore this area while we're doing it. And then make a loop and come around. Or we could just go that way. Yeah, let's do it in reverse order, actually, now that I think about it. We'll do the Garden Center first. And then we'll hit the General Restaurant. That way we just go left and right up the hill here. Because we haven't really gone that way, well, period, yet in this playthrough. You may have checked it out when we were... Ooh, it's a little heavy. Let's see. We have a tractor weight, don't we? I suppose we could always stop at home and grab that, or just switch tractors. Yeah, let's go grab the other tractor. We're not even going to try it. Probably should have a weight for this tractor anyway. I'll put this one back on the trailer. We shouldn't have to worry about dumping. There we go. There's plenty of weight in the front. Just not an ideal vehicle for the road. Smaller the better for transportation, I think. I'm sure glad we got that trailer now, because that other, our wheat trailer, our chicken trailer, if you will, we definitely would have to make multiple trips. This way we can do it all in one. Looks like they got wet cement here too. So I'm sure the church is not happy with us. Yeah, this trailer's a little tricky. The wheels turning back, so we probably don't have to take it as wide as we think. Yeah, we should be able to go straight up this hill, take a right. Let's take a look at the map while we go up here. Haven't really been up here yet. This field right here would be kind of cool to buy too. That's a lot. That's a big field, and I think if we got a harvester, probably wouldn't get a very big harvester. Well, it depends on how much cash we have, I suppose. That one's huge. In a way, this one on the right would be kind of cool because it could connect to our farm, but the one across the road here too would be awesome. Again, we got to see how that goes. Oh, here is the end of the road. Road closed. Little junk pile here on the left. I like how well, got all those bushes laying around and stuff to make it feel like more run down. If you really wanted to, you could purchase this land. I think I did it on 22. I actually purchased this one on the left. I think I mowed it, made it into a field. Grass field, I think I baled it. Maybe I just did what the grass was there too, but I don't even know if I plowed it. Maybe I did, I can't remember. We have arrived at the garden center. Well, this was... Make sure we get the right product so we don't sell what we're not supposed to. Jarred green beans. The rest of the peas will go to the restaurant then. Yeah, we should just be able to take these front straps off. Bam. 11,000 and 17,000. Nice to get the first amount of cash here. I'll take the back road into the restaurant. Another garden center sign. This should bring us out right by the starting pharmacy. Do we turn early or does it matter? That's just yeah, it'll merge into the other road anyway. This one's right behind we'll come down by our, let's do that. Right behind our field. Another gate. Well, we're probably going to want to close that one. It might be... it won't be too much in the way. We'll try to leave it, I guess. And here's the back of our field. Our road we put in. We'll sneak back here. It's kind of weird. There's a gate, but you can walk around it. But I guess it would keep the vehicles off. Like they might be doing some potatoes or something here on the left. Sugar beets. I think they moved the power lines on the other, on 22. It was going through the middle of the field, which I like that. It gave it personality, but they were, I can't remember if they were invisible or not, or if you actually had a collision with them. But regardless, they moved them to the right here. I don't know if that's where they are in real life or if they actually go through the field. Maybe there ain't any on there either. Here we are. Yep, the starting farm. Or if you start up a new farmer, that's where you would be. Okay, so we should be able to just take it normally. Yeah, it works pretty good. Maybe just a little bit wide is all we need to do. Alright, then we got the restaurant sale point right up here. We've been here before. Yep, same sail point here on the left. The rest of it. Bam! 121,000. Wow. I want to see if we can get inside this restaurant area here. Nope. There's tables there. Probably not the most high-class restaurant, but... Okay, we have to figure out, should we pay some of that loan back, or what do we need to buy it? We had to get the slurry configured. Maybe we should do that first on our wagon. We'll get back and do that so we can pay off what we don't need. We also wanted to get the manure heap put in. Now that I'm thinking about it, we probably should have stopped and grabbed some pig feed too, but we do have a little bit yet in the shed we can use. We will probably have to do that probably sooner rather than later. Yeah, because our slurry for the pigs is filling up really quick. Probably another month it'll probably be like topped up big time. So we should go ahead and configure that trailer. We're gonna have to actually buy the module for it, and then we'll have to buy the injector. So let's just get that taken care of. And that's something we'll probably do on the next episode after we'll get the spinach planted in this episode, and then we'll get to the fertilization on the next one. Yeah, so we got to go to the top and then just drop that. There we go. Like so. And then we go to combinations on that trailer. I guess they're right here. But here's the slurry tank for it. So 45,000. And then, yeah, the injector will be right here. 69 for that. Yeah, we're using money more faster than it's coming in. Looks like we can just change our color. Like a little bit of kind of rusty, run-down look. Guess they're both kind of the same. Let's just do that. 45 grand. That's going to hold 18,000. And then, yeah, combinations on this. And then we'll get the injector for it. 21 meters. Oh, we're going to do no license plate. Oofta. Now we're right back down again. So, as nice as that was, easy come, easy go. There's our slurry tank. We don't have much room to back into it either. We'll have to... Wait a minute. Yeah, it's on the front. Everything's lined up this way. Let's get that forklift out of the way. We'll probably put this over front, maybe. Good spot for it. Okay. That's one of the reasons I wanted to go with this. Well, I never really used this item yet either. I can't remember if this was in 22 or not. But regardless, it's a, like a multi-item kind of trailer thing. Multi-purpose. There we go. We got our slurry tank now. And then we'll get these injectors hooked up. Like so. I think we should actually be able to move our pipes as well. Gotta unfold it. Distributor. Switch to the other item there. Unfold slurry tank. Yeah, there we go. Now we could... Obviously, you'd just be pretending to hook it up to whatever to fill it up. Hopefully in the next farm sim that they will kind of implement that a little bit better. Maybe have it so you hook up a hose or something. I kind of did that with Pumps and Hoses DLC on 22. But, yeah, they never really fully implemented it into the base game. There's that dog! Watch out! Coming through! Back tires on this tractor are probably, we almost need wheel weights. We could get those configured, but we'll see how it is once we get the slurry filled up here. Our budget is not looking so good right now, so I hate to do it unless we really have to do it. Okay, so I think we fill up on the side over here, right by the silo. $18 this holds, and how much do they have in the 10? 22. Yep, so slurry start. There we go. Is there a... There's got to be a gauge on there, right? Yep, there it goes. Bam, full. 18. Yeah, so now we got more room for them to produce. Excellent. I'll just pop this over here. How is our wheels in the back? I think they should be able to handle it. Ooh, look at all that. It's definitely heavy when it's digging into the ground like that. Oops. No, we don't want to do that. Go like that. There we go. We'll see how it goes. We might have to, like I said, configure some wheel weights on. But it is time for us to get to the planting of the spinach. And we should have some fertilizer in here. If we don't, yeah, we got enough, I think. Because if we didn't, we'll take some out of the thrower. So ideally, we'll just pop that into here, the fertilizer for the direct seeding. And then we'll have our organic fertilizer from the pigs. We can save some money. Spinach. And then we'll get our lines going here too. This actually shouldn't take us very long either. Off we go. Let's double check all that. 50. Yeah. Looking good, and then we'll run it by the slurry. We might actually have time to do it because it's good. We're going to go through this pretty quickly. With the 6 meter working width, it won't take us that long at all.
Cold in the winter. 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 Cold in the winter.
And just like that, we are good. Let's check on the field states here real quick. Should be good, of course. Spinach and growing. Fertilizer. Are we going to have... That's the other thing. Are we going to get weeds? I guess it's not that big of a deal if we do fertilize. Yeah, let's go ahead and go to... I mean, we could plant our peas right away. But we could also do it in April. I think we'll do a later one. Let's advance one day, and then we'll give the old slurry tank a try. That's another thing, too, I wanted to talk about with the defamation. If you don't know, like, we're in March here. Well, that's obvious. But they have it implemented so, like, depending on the time of the year, like, the ground's hard or soft. We got, like, a, you know, more of a dead grass, and it's mean, look at that soft. And then, it would, like, later on in the year, we try to do the same thing. We could probably experiment if we remember. It won't sink in as far, because obviously the ground is soft because of the moisture from the winter. That's why we were sinking in so far in this mud area compared to different months, because it's actually quite soft right now. Which I love. I think it's fantastic. Or if they implemented it kind of like a snow runner, I mean, maybe it'd be cool to have some mud like fly up and kick a little bit. But if you do get stuck, like, it would get old quick, and I could see that. Okay. Let's give the old injector a try here then. Free fertilizer, why not? This tank looks too clean right now. It's actually going to take us too long on passes either. Very wide. Okay. 21. I was thinking it was 12, but it's 21. Nuts. Okay. And drop her down. Oh no, we gotta advance yet. What am I thinking? Getting ahead of myself. We gotta take a nap. We'll see you in April. Okay, now we should be able to give it a try. I don't see any weeds growing, which is fantastic. Let's get moving so we're not wasting. This should give us our full fertilization map. Yes, indeedy. There also is a double application rate, so if we decide to only do this and then take off the fertilization when we plant, but I don't think we're gonna have enough to be doing that, because we will sell our pigs here very soon, and then we definitely won't be producing this much slurry, if you will. I think that selling our pigs is gonna be a nice little gem that we haven't really taken into account on our budget. But again, is it worth it for how much we spent on food? That's something that should get figured out. Looks like it'll just be, what, 2 passes? Maybe a little more down here. Yeah, there's a split right there. We are burning through it very quickly, so I guess we're not going to have a whole lot, well, probably hardly any for the other upper field here, unfortunately. I wonder if that's one thing if you use, like, if we do manure, puts straw in there, and get manure out of there, if we're going to actually get more by doing that, because I could see the advantage then to doing manure versus slurry. But if it's the same or less, then you gotta kind of question why you would do manure when slurry doesn't really cost you anything. If we had precision farming on, which as soon as that comes out I'm gonna be using it on whichever playthrough we're on, we would be saving on fertilizer. Whether we buy it or use it off the livestock. And we are out. How did we end up here? A little bit. I think what we'll do is we'll just leave that, and we'll fill this up again, and then we'll use it on the upper field, whatever's left. We might as well wait to fill it, because how much room do they have? Yeah, they got plenty of room. I'll just set it by the shed there. And then we'll get this planted yet in this month. We're going to do peas because that's more profitable. And then we'll go from there. Well, thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you on the next episode.